Omkara is the central character of the movie. He exudes authority and toughness, earning respect from everyone around him. When it comes to love, he's head over heels for Dolly Mishra. However, as the story unfolds, he finds himself ensnared in a web of jealousy and deceit, causing him to question her loyalty. Meet Dolly, a captivating and naive woman with an undeniable charm. Her genuine love for Omkara and vulnerability makes her a central figure in the story. Despite her father's strong objections and disapproval of her relationship with Omkara, Dolly bravely decides to follow her heart and runs away with Omkara to marry him. This decision sets off a chain of events that not only tests the strength of Dolly and Omkara's love, but also begins to affect the lives of those connected to them. Introducing Langada Tyagi, a man that exudes cunning and manipulation. Despite being crippled and therefore being known as Langada, he compensates with a shrewd mind and talent for exploiting others' weaknesses. As a trusted aide of Omkara, he poses as a loyal follower while keeping hidden feelings of envy and bitterness towards him. He uses his cunning wits to scheme a complicated web of lies that traps everyone. Soon, his sinister plots and actions lead to dramatic events and a captivating tale filled with heartbreak, envy, and betrayal. Introducing Kesu, a nonchalant and cool character who is always found with a guitar in his arm. As an essential associate of Omkara, he possesses unwavering loyalty and faithfulness towards him. However, as the plot thickens, he quickly finds himself to be a victim to Langada's tactics as his aloof and calm nature is taken advantage of. Billo, Kesu's girlfriend, is a happy-spirited and outgoing character. Like the other characters, she is also drawn into the plot schemed by Langada Tyagi. Meet Indu, Langada Tyagi's wife. She is frequently observed as jealous and insecure around Dolly, unintentionally propelling the story for Langada and Rajan. As a result, she also unwittingly becomes a crucial player in the unfolding drama. Tiwari, Dolly's father, is an authoritative figure who commands respect and reverence in the story. Alongside his genuine love for his daughter, he is known for his wisdom, shrewdness, and perceptive nature. His blatant rejection of Omkara and Dolly's relationship becomes a catalyst to the long series of events which are to follow. Rajan is someone full of complexities and emotions. He is a loyal yes man to Langada Tyagi, blindly following his every command. His unquestioning loyalty to Langada Tyagi and his strong feelings for Dolly makes him a crucial pawn in the intricate web of politics and crime.
The story kicks off with Rajan stumbling upon the news of Dolly running off to marry Omkara, leaving him deep in thought. Seeking comfort, he turns to Langda Tyagi to share the news, revealing his strong emotions towards Dolly and his growing envy towards Omkara. As Rajan confides in him, Langda Tyagi's own hostility towards Omkara intensifies, fueled by the revelation that Kesu, another associate of Omkara, has been chosen for a promotion over him as the next leader of the group. Driven by their shared animosity towards Omkara, these two characters begin to conspire and plot his downfall.
Dolly is now nowhere to be seen, and her father, Tiwari, is notified through a letter that she has eloped with Omkara. Tiwari feels absolutely betrayed, defeated, and is unable to process his emotions.
Omkara makes his way to Tiwari in an attempt to seek his blessings. Tiwari, still grieving the news, explodes in anger and warns Omkara about Dolly's two-faced nature. He also explains that as much as she may look naive and innocent on the outside, she's a snake who is capable of deceiving her own father, and tells Omkara that a girl who can cheat her own father cannot be trusted by anyone. Watching the scene unfold on the sidelines, Langada and Rajan celebrate that the first step in their plot has been successful.
start off Act 2 with the delightful introduction of Dolly and Omkara, blissfully in love. They celebrate joyously, dancing and laughing until Keso enters the scene. After the characters take turns pulling each other into the circle, Dolly playfully brings Kesu into the center, overshadowing Omkara, which makes him very uncomfortable. Witnessing this, Langda realizes that he could use Dolly as a pawn to turn Omkara against Kesu.
In this lighthearted scene, Omkara surprises and gifts Dolly with a belt, a precious family heirloom. Completely enamored by the belt, Dolly tries it on as the two playfully dance together. However, in the midst of them dancing, Dolly accidentally drops the belt, which goes unnoticed by Omkara.
Indu, Langada's wife, notices the belt which had been accidentally dropped by Dolly and decides to steal it. Later, when she shows her husband the belt, the gears in Langada's mind begin to turn. He quickly realizes how this belt misplaced by Dolly could assist him in his scheme to destroy Omkara. If he could just make sure the belt somehow reaches below, that would establish an intimate relationship between Dolly and Kesu. This would infuriate Omkara to remove Kesu from his post and replace him with Langada as the next leader of the group.
Meanwhile, at Dolly and Omkara's place, Dolly excitedly gathers her friends and shares that she wants to learn the guitar after her fun dance party with Kesu. She's asked him to come over and teach her. Kesu, being the music lover he is, eagerly shows up at her doorstep. They have a great time together, but Kesu gets a little carried away and dances off with his friends. Later, when Omkara returns home with Langdia Tyagi, he spots something Kesu left behind, leaving him wondering why Kesu was at his home during his absence.
In this musical piece, Billow gracefully dances while Kesu expertly directs the band. As the performance unfolds, Langda Tyagi and Rajan make their entrance, and while Billow is engrossed in her dance, they discreetly call Kesu over. With cunning intent, they present the belt to Kesu as a gift. Kesu joins Billow on the dance floor nonchalantly, grabbing her attention by enticing her with the belt. She is immediately captivated by it, leading her to try it on and wear it herself.
Dolly excitedly calls Omkara over to show off her new guitar skills. Omkara suddenly decides to be confrontational about his suspicions of Kesu and Dolly's interactions. Noticing that she isn't wearing the belt, he questions her about it and she innocently scrambles to find it. When she expresses to Omkara that she cannot find it in the house, he calls her out for being careless of such a precious family heirloom and further accuses her of cheating on him with Kesu. Dolly, confused where the accusations are stemming from, denies and cries out as he storms off frustrated.
Takajunu, ra, kidakadakade, takajunu, ra, takade, takajunu, ra, kidakadakade, takajunu, re, sankadakadakadakada, tatakaden tuntunta, tatakaden tuntunta, tatakaden tuntunta, tatakaden tuntunta, tatakaden tuntunta, tatakaden tuntunta, tatakaden tuntunta.
final act, Bilo is wearing the belt while dancing with Kesu. Little do they know, however, that Langda and Omkara had been watching them from afar. Langda, noticing that Omkara has seen Kesu and Bilo with the belt, suggests to him that the only way the belt could have made its way to Bilo is through an exchange between Dolly and Kesu.
In the final scene, Langda begins to further fuel Omkara's suspicions by hinting at secret meetings between Kesu and Dolly, insinuating their growing intimacy. Deep in thought, Omkara connects the dots, recalling instances of Kesu's presence at his home in his absence and witnessing Kesu's girlfriend Bilo dancing with the belt which he had gifted Dolly. Omkara decides to take matters into his own hands and boldly confronts Dolly about all of his suspicions. The drama reaches its peak and the tragedy unravels in this final scene.
Ni za ni za ni za